China has been open for business in the last 20 or some years, more than that. It became even more so since 2001 when China joined the WTO. So if you look at China, the major brands are pretty much in China, and they are very competitive, and consumers are very much enjoying the foreign brands and foreign products. So companies are going to China and invest in China and nurture the market, find the consumers. These are becoming increasingly important and integral strategy of a global company. Chinese consumers are certainly over the years becoming more and more sophisticated. And in the old days, that as long as a foreign brand, you have a nice name, they go for that. And nowadays, Chinese consumers get becoming more and more sophisticated. They have seen a lot, have tried a lot. So they not only looking for the foreign names, they're also looking for the well-known brand and also the qualities that are represented by those well-known brands. When the economy is growing at 7.5%, right, and right now, and it has been growing in the last 10 years, close to 9–10%. So a lot of sectors has been doing quite well. In the last several years. In automobile, for example, China is the largest auto market in the world. Also, the internet market. Right? China is the largest number of internet users in the world. In terms of the single search engines of the single country, it's not Google, it's Baidu. And in the past, the Chinese consumption only counted about 35% of its GDP. And United States, the consumption counts 70%. China is the second largest economy in the world, and will soon take over, become the largest economy in the world. And its consumption only counts half of the US consumption as a percentage of GDP. So they're going to increase consumption for sure. And the policy actually is shifting toward more domestic consumption. Just imagine that increasing consumption by from 35% to 45%, just 10 percentage point. We are talking about $1 trillion of consumption good a year extra. So this is a huge market, and any companies around the world, and they don't want to miss this market. We're talking about food, liquor, automotive, cell phones. We're talking about cosmetics. So these are all the major the market that Western business can look into. China is the biggest story going on in the last 30 years, and it will continue to be the biggest story in the next 20 or 30 years. Whether you do business in China or with China, what happened in China will affect in North America. Whether the Chinese business, they buy things, they invest in things, and the Chinese consumer coming to America, and the business will increasingly become integrated.